Welcome to the Hustle Baby Podcast, where I give entrepreneurs 15 minutes to show, grow, and let the world know about their small business. All right, hey everybody, Evan Walsh here with one of our favorites, the very first guest on the Hustle Baby Podcast, Metaxia Metropoulos with Metaxia's Sweet Boutiques. Here for the season finale of season 1. Thank you so much for coming.
Yeah, thank you. It's my pleasure.
I really appreciate you taking the time out of your busy day and schedule, especially now that school is out and you have the kids full time.
Yeah.
And not only were you generous enough to come back and do the show, but you also brought us a little surprise.
Yeah.
Why don't you tell us a little bit about what we have in the box?
I thought it was just fitting to bring that's a wrap on season 1 Hustle Baby podcast. So it's one of my signature cakes that has
fantastic,
your logo on it.
I love it. Thank you again so much. I really appreciate it. This was an incredible surprise. Yeah. One of many reasons why we love Metaxia. So thank you so much.
My pleasure. Enjoy it with your family. Well deserved.
Well, people might be wondering what we're doing today, and it is a season finale. Yeah. So I figured we'd flip the script a little bit, and I ask people and I talk to people a lot about their business and whatnot. I figured this would be a fun opportunity to have you ask me about my business and kind of share my experience with the world. So
I'll tell you, when I got the call from you asking me to come and interview you, I said, no, not me. You said you've asked 5 other people before me. But I'm honored. I was honored to be, your inaugural episode. And now I think it's full circle to be wrapping it up at the end. So
awesome.
Without further ado, I have some questions for you.
Would love it. Let's dig into it.
I think you've given everyone else such great storytelling abilities and just a way to showcase themselves that it's only fair to ask you the same.
Sounds good. So, nothing is off limits.
So let's start here, right?
Yep.
So what made you start Hustle Baby podcast?
What I saw is that, obviously social media is a thing that I've done for a long time. I think I'm good at it. And I noticed that a lot of people have difficulty somehow, either knowing what to do, where to start. And I feel like this was a really great way, one, for me to get, my face out there, but also to really help people and fellow entrepreneurs who are, likely dealing with the same struggles that everyone else is, which is where's the next lead coming from? How do I get more business? How do I manage the business that I have and all of that stuff? So this was a way to leverage sort of, that skill set and help other people. And it's really been pretty awesome.
Right. I mean, you're great at it. There's no doubt about that. There's a lot of us, especially me, who are just either we start and we try to do something on social media and it's just either so overwhelming or the trends change so fast that we just can't keep up with it. But you certainly have a knack for it and you've certainly helped out a lot of people.
Well, that's good. Yeah.
How do you think it's changed since episode 1? How has it evolved?
I think I think myself getting more comfortable. You have to have a guinea pig, somebody that's, willing to put themselves out there.
No shame.
And, I think that you were able to, your interview was so natural. And that's one of the things I was going for is I really wanted to kind of capture people in a natural environment so that, their true personality could come through. And the interview would become a little bit easier, and I thought it was great with you, that first time. So you really set the bar, but you also, I think, showed people that, this is easy. You can be comfortable and, your personality shines through. And that, I believe, has carried over with everybody else that I've had on the show, Yeah,
I mean, especially the ones that you would go to their place of employment and their work and meet the people that they spend their days with.
Absolutely.
Or just, the 4 walls in the oven that I spend mine with. But you really do see their personality a lot in your interviews when you're actually in the location that they're working.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think the other thing that has changed from the first one is that it's really been well received. I think that, everybody that I run into and people that I've never met before, they're coming up, they're saying, oh, we love the show,
It's
and
fun.
I'm friends with Metaxia or whoever,
Yeah, what's not to love about it?
So that has been really good. And then just the results have been incredible so far too. I met Mark Saulnier, who's the chiropractor, Dr. Mark. His wife mentioned that he got 2 new clients that had seen the podcast, and it converted into
it's working.
clients.
Yeah,
So,
and that's what it's all about. Just spreading awareness, getting your name out there, getting involved with the people in your community.
Yeah.
So that's wonderful.
So it's been extremely exciting. It's been extremely fulfilling, and I'm
a lot of work, though, I'm sure.
Well,
a lot of work. A lot of
it's
hours.
all about processes, So
scenes.
try to streamline the process and be efficient, and it has allowed me to, work with a lot of different people, which is good.
That's great. So changing gears a little bit, you've grown a successful real estate business.
Mm-hmm.
How, in your mind, do you stay competitive with creativity and, being relevant in that business?
Well, the market is always changing in real estate.
Right.
So, there's always new trends, whether it's, style or business or building techniques, and just, paint schemes, color schemes, things that people want in their home, things that people want to get rid of. Do I add a pool? Do I not? So it's really easy to stay focused on, any one of those different things, because if it's changing, you're kind of like trying to stay with the trends. From a marketing and promotion standpoint, it's easy because, technology is changing, and, we have podcasts and we have social media. And that really, from my standpoint, has been sort of the forefront of how I operate my business. Is the marketing and the promotion for me is really number one. Because if I'm trying to sell your home, it needs to be marketed and promoted better than the next guy or girl that I'm competing with. Right. So because technology is always advancing, I'm always able to, kind of try to stay ahead and advance with the technology. I think that's been really the differentiator. Plus, I've been doing it now for 18 years. So, I kind of know a thing or two about a thing or two.
I mean, after 18 years, though, out in the spotlight, you just tell me one thing that people don't know about you.
Well, beside the fact that I'm an incredibly hard worker,
we know that.
And technology is at the forefront, I think honestly, I think it's probably some of the personal battles that I've faced that have kind of given me a different outlook on life, what's important, time with family, managing all that stuff. I am a stage 3 cancer survivor, bladder cancer survivor. Going on 8 years cancer-free, which is pretty sweet. But having been through that, it really puts a totally different perspective on life, what's important and what's not.
Sure.
And so, trying to kind of keep that work balance, but at the same time, making sure that my clients are getting absolutely the best service and all that. I think that's probably the one thing. Most people don't know. I don't generally, bring it up unless there's like a reason for it. But it really has shaped me about, halfway through my career. And, things are just in a different perspective, different light,
Yep. Oh, we're very glad to hear you're
well,
doing well. And
thank you. Doing great now.
Yes,
so
that's wonderful news. Evan.
Yes.
So what was the biggest surprise that you got out of season 1 doing these episodes? I
think every time I meet someone, especially people that I haven't met before, obviously you and I had a previous relationship. It's the spark that drives each individual. It's the same in everyone, but it's also very different. And to me, it's like to find out what that spark is that really inspires people. That to me is the most exciting aspect of doing what I'm doing here. Obviously you are creative, you're an artist, you love to express yourself through the work that you do. And other people do as well, whether it's, it's a more of a service business or whatever it is. I feel like the creative element, you have to wear many hats. One of the guests said, you have to wear many hats, and you have to be good at wearing all of those hats. And so just to kind of see what is behind that in each individual, to me, is the most exciting part, you know?
It is. And I can see how it would be surprising. You wouldn't think what goes into a lot of people's jobs
Totally.
and careers and what they have to do behind the scenes. So
Right.
you get a nice sneak peek and inside look to see how it all works.
The other
behind
thing,
the curtain.
yeah, I think the other thing that this has really exposed in a very good way is the passion that people have.
Yeah.
When you're doing something that you love and you're passionate about it,
Yep.
how that just pours out, you know. So to be able to, you know, catch a glimpse of that from the people that, you know, I'm talking to, that's been pretty awesome.
Entrepreneurship is a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
I think, you know, when you interview someone who is working for themselves and doing what they love, it's going to be a very different interview than, you know,
Totally.
someone in a cubicle somewhere. And, you know, not to knock the cubicles, I was in
Yep.
there once, but it's, you know, it's different. It's a
Yeah.
really rewarding and exciting and challenging experience that you probably won't get anywhere else.
It's true.
But
Yeah.
it's a different and unique experience. I love watching you tap into all of it.
Yeah. I mean, there's nothing wrong with punching into a clock and, you
No,
know,
of
having a
course not.
stable career. Like, that's great.
Listen, we were all, I was there. Like, we had that, you know,
Yeah.
things change. People pursue entrepreneurship for themselves for many different reasons. You know, for me, it was my family. I was home with my family, but
Right.
I still had an urge and a craving to
Yeah.
create something for myself.
Yeah.
So, you know, when you go through life events that shape you, it changes your view.
Totally.
You know, like we just touched upon. So it's a wonderful thing, and to see you interviewing people and having them shine through their passion is amazing.
Yeah. That's the most rewarding part, you know?
So tell me, what are we gonna see next year? Is
For
there going to
season-
be a season 2?
Absolutely.
Awesome. Yes.
And I would like to announce, on Friday, I'm interviewing Master Perez from Perez Martial Arts.
Perez, yes.
He will be the first guest on season 2.
Awesome.
So I'm pretty excited about that. And so I don't know. I have a couple of surprises up my sleeve for season 2. I have a lot of different ideas. Still, there's a lot of people that I have to get to and interview. Like I said, the feedback has been incredible.
Yeah.
The responses and the turnout has been really incredible as well. And, you know, really looking forward to getting everybody on the list and on the schedule. So
exciting.
if you're waiting
Can't wait.
and you haven't been able to get on to the show yet, please know that I have not forgotten about you. I will say the one most difficult thing about this is the scheduling.
Oh, of course.
You know,
Yeah. You need a personal assistant.
well,
for that.
entrepreneurs, right?
Yeah.
Like we're living busy lives, busy schedules that are always changing. So
Yes.
I understand that. I don't hate you. I love you, and we will get you on the show. So that's pretty much it for next year.
Oh, I'm so excited. I cannot wait. This has been a weekly excitement of
that's
mine.
great.
Every Friday I tune in and wait for your new drop on
that's
Friends
awesome.
of Medfield. So it's so exciting. We're looking forward to it. We can't wait.
That's great. Awesome. Well, listen, I really appreciate you coming, spending the time. This has been fantastic.
Such a pleasure.
And we're on to season 2.
Yay, can't wait.
All right. Bye, guys.
Bye, everyone.
Well, that's a wrap on season 1 of the Hustle Baby podcast. Huge thanks to everyone who watched, listened, and especially to the incredible guests who shared their stories. I started this to spotlight the grind behind the greatness, and we're just getting started. So season 2 drops soon. Stay hustling.